Welcome. Today we're diving into the Cambridge cash balance theory, a cornerstone in monetary economics. This theory offers a fresh perspective on why people hold money, shifting the focus from simply using money for transactions to understanding its role as a store of value. Whether you're an MCOM or MA economics student, or just curious about how economists think about money, this explanation will guide you through the key concepts, history, and practical implications of the Cambridge approach. Let's start by understanding why this theory was developed and how it differs from earlier ideas. Cambridge cash balance theory emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a time when economists were rethinking the role of money in the economy. It was developed at Cambridge University in the UK, where leading thinkers like Alfred Marshall, A.C. Pigou, and later John Maynard Keynes sought to improve upon the traditional quantity theory of money. Their work was a direct response to Fisher's transaction approach, which focused mainly on the flow of money for transactions rather than why people actually hold onto cash. This historical context is crucial for understanding the theory's significance. Main contributors to the Cambridge cash balance theory were Alfred Marshall and A.C. Pigou, both prominent economists at Cambridge University. Later, John Maynard Keynes also added his insights before his famous general theory. These economists were interested in understanding the motives behind holding money, not just spending it. Their collective work laid the foundation for modern theories of money demand and influenced how we think about monetary policy today. Knowing who developed the theory helps us appreciate its depth and the intellectual environment from which it emerged. For Cambridge's version, the dominant view was Fisher's transaction approach, summarized by the equation mv equals pt. Here m is money supply, v is velocity of money, p is price level, and t is the total number of transactions. Fisher's model focused on money as a medium of exchange, emphasizing how quickly money circulates to facilitate transactions. However, it didn't explain why people might want to hold onto money instead of immediately spending it. This gap set the stage for the Cambridge economists to introduce a new perspective. Cambridge approach shifted attention from money's role as a medium of exchange to its function as a store of value. Instead of asking how much money is needed for transactions, Cambridge economists asked, why do people hold a portion of their income as cash? This question led to a deeper understanding of money demand, emphasizing the importance of cash balances in people's lives. The theory recognizes that individuals don't spend all their income at once. They keep some in reserve for future needs, emergencies, or simply for convenience. The heart of the Cambridge cash balance theory is a simple yet powerful equation, m equals kpy. Here m stands for the money supply, p is the price level, y is national income or real output, and k is the fraction of income people wish to hold as cash. Alternatively, it can be written as mp equals ky, which shows the real money balances people desire. This equation links the demand for money directly to income rather than to the volume of transactions, marking a significant departure from earlier theories. Parameter k in the Cambridge equation is crucial. It represents the proportion of income that people choose to hold as cash balances. This could be influenced by habits, payment practices, or the need for liquidity. If people feel uncertain about the future, they might increase K and hold more cash. Conversely, if they feel confident or have easy access to banking services, K might decrease. Thus, K captures the psychological and practical reasons behind money holding, making the theory more realistic. One of the most important contributions of the Cambridge theory is its emphasis on money as a store of value. People don't just use money to buy goods and services, they also keep it for future use. This could be for emergencies, planned purchases, or simply peace of mind. Highlighting this function, the Cambridge economists explained why the demand for money is stable and predictable, depending on income and personal preferences. Unlike Fisher's approach, which linked money demand to the total volume of transactions, the Cambridge theory ties it directly to income. The higher a person's income, the more money they are likely to hold as cash balances. This makes the theory more relevant to real-world behavior, as people's spending and saving habits are closely related to their earnings. It also means that changes in national income can have a direct impact on the overall demand for money in the economy. Several factors can influence the value of K in the Cambridge equation. These include payment habits, the frequency of income receipts, the development of banking facilities, and the general level of economic confidence. For example, if people are paid more frequently, they may need to hold less cash. Similarly, widespread use of credit cards or digital payments can reduce the need for cash balances. Understanding these factors helps explain why the demand for money can vary across countries and over time. While both Fisher and Cambridge theories are part of the quantity theory of money, their focus is different. Fisher's model is transaction-based, emphasizing the movement of money, while Cambridge's is balance-based, focusing on how much money people want to hold. This distinction is important because it changes how we think about monetary policy and the factors that influence inflation and economic stability. Advancements in banking and technology have a significant impact on the demand for cash balances. With the rise of online banking, credit cards, and mobile payments, people may feel less need to hold large amounts of cash. This can lower the value of K in the Cambridge equation. On the other hand, in economies where banking is less developed, people might rely more on cash, keeping K higher. These changes illustrate the flexibility and relevance of the Cambridge theory in different contexts. Cambridge cash balance theory has important implications for monetary policy. By understanding how much money people want to hold, central banks can better manage the money supply and control inflation. If the demand for money increases, central banks might need to supply more money to avoid deflation. Conversely, if people want to hold less cash, too much money in circulation could lead to inflation. Policymakers use these insights to maintain economic stability. Despite its strengths, the Cambridge cash balance theory is not without criticism. Some argue that it oversimplifies the motives for holding money, ignoring factors like interest rates or expectations about the future. Others point out that K may not be as stable as the theory suggests, especially during periods of economic uncertainty. These criticisms have led to further developments in the theory of money demand, including Keynes's later work. John Maynard Keynes, one of the original Cambridge economists, later expanded on the cash balance approach in his own work. In his general theory, Keynes introduced the idea that people hold money for three main motives: transactions, precautionary, and speculative. This built on the Cambridge theory by adding more depth to the reasons for holding money, especially the role of interest rates and expectations about the future. Even today, the Cambridge cash balance theory remains relevant. It provides a foundation for understanding how changes in income, technology, and financial systems affect the demand for money. Economists and policymakers continue to use its insights when designing monetary policy, especially in times of economic change or uncertainty. The theory's emphasis on the psychological and practical aspects of money holding makes it adaptable to new development. Let's consider a practical example. Imagine a person with a monthly income of $3,000. If they decide to keep 20% of their income as cash, their cash balance would be $600. If their income rises or if they feel the need for more liquidity, this amount might increase. This simple calculation illustrates how the Cambridge equation works in real life, showing the direct link between income and the demand for money. Value of K and the demand for money can vary widely across countries. In developed economies with advanced banking systems, people may hold less cash, relying more on electronic payments. In contrast, in developing countries, cash remains king and people may keep a larger share of their income in cash balances. These differences highlight the flexibility of the Cambridge theory and its ability to explain diverse economic environments. Sum up, the Cambridge cash balance theory shifted the focus from money as a medium of exchange to money as a store of value. It introduced the idea that people hold a fraction of their income as cash, captured by the parameter K. The theory's simple equation M equals KPY links money demand to income and price levels, offering valuable insights for both economists and policymakers. Its relevance continues in today's rapidly changing financial world. Cambridge theory paved the way for later developments in monetary economics. Keynes's liquidity preference theory, for example, built on Cambridge's insights by adding more motives for holding money and considering the impact of interest rates. Modern theories now incorporate a wide range of factors, but the core idea, that people hold money as a store of value, remains central. The Cambridge approach continues to influence how we think about money today. Conclusion: the Cambridge cash balance theory offers a nuanced and practical view of money demand. By focusing on why people hold money, rather than just how they spend it, the theory provides a richer understanding of economic behavior. Its insights remain valuable for students, researchers, and policymakers alike. As economies evolve and new technologies emerge, the core principles of the Cambridge approach continue to guide our understanding of money's role in society.